Alright, so first off, I should probably disclaimer this first. I don't know how to do YouTube. This is going to be all jump cuts. I don't know how to edit. I don't know none of that. So enjoy that. It's just going to be raunchy. Shadow puppets. Can I still do the dog? How do you... I don't know how to shadow puppet. So there you go. There you go. It's like 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night. I honestly don't know. So enjoy the ASMR, the quiet noises makes people feel tingly libraries, whatever that is. Enjoy the crickets for that. So have fun. So yeah, let's start going over this thing because this might take a minute. All right, so over here on the passenger side, we obviously got the turbo. I think it's a TX6662 eBay special. Obviously, around me, I think it was under 200 bucks for a turbo, which is as awesome. There is one big thing I had to change. Well, there's many large, huge, big things that you have to change. But right here, there used to be a battery here. It's over there now, right there. Battery. You got to put that over there, and you got to run really long wire, fairly large ones too, so that way you can get the angry pixies from over there to down there to down here, and then these ones can go back up here and over there, so they can go down over there and then go into the amp, because this thing does have a small system in it. Oil feed, it's just a raunchy mess of a really long stainless steel braided flex line oil hose from, again, eBay. Most of this stuff was eBay parts because I wanted to see if I could. Then that goes up to the back of the motor. It feeds off of the oil pressure sender switch. It's got a leak back there too. I think that's where my oil leak is now. For the everything underneath that you'll see that's rust proofed. Yeah, we'll call it rust proofing. It's definitely not a massive oil leak that leaves puddles everywhere I go. Anyway, that PCV line, we just blocked that off. It all bleeds out over on the right. Should be right there, right over, right there. It bleeds out, goes down, chases the fuel lines, goes up to the first cab mount, and it's got 45 cut to let everything blow out. The exhaust, I believe this is 2.5. I don't think it's 3. I honestly don't remember at this point. Obviously it's heat wrapped. I want to keep all this as cool as possible, especially when this is seeing 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 degrees. That makes everything up here get pretty hot. And it's got pretty phenomenal heat too, because these kind of rub on the exhaust. It's cool. It's fine. It's supposed to do that. But that goes down. We did have to trim a little bit of this quarter panel, quarter fender, quarter liner, whatchamahoos. It's rusty and broken and not pretty anyway, so send it. It just comes down, goes out. Pretty basic stuff, just chases the frame rail. You got a nice spider web there. Hello, Mr. Spider. Oh, you're a nice wolf spider. Decent. Oh, you're eating something too. That's cool. This ain't even held in good. It's literally held in by the turbo V-band clamp, and this right here, which is not the best. Yeah, it's good enough. Good enough. Bye bye, Mr. Spider. Airbox, obviously custom built. They don't exactly make a airbox for a turbo 351M from 1977. It's, you know, old and custom. It says right here on the side, custom 351 turbocharger. Anywho, outside of that, up here, HEI Summit Racing Distributor. Hey, I actually tightened it down for once. Nice. El Cheapo was like 100 bucks. I don't even know. I just got tired of the Pertronics failing on me. The vac line, yeah, I ain't got that. That's capped off the zip tie back here, because I blew this off one too many times, got annoyed, and zip tie it tight, whatever. Other than that, it's pretty basic upgrades. Water pump, high flow. Thermostat, high flow. Aluminum 4-core radiator, because the other one went, it didn't like the heat of the turbo, I guess, or something. I don't know. this is the boost reference line for the fuel pressure regulator. It comes off the turbo. I was running into real big problems running off of here, because this builds boost quicker than that sees it, obviously. So this thing would be at 7 pounds. That thing would be at, I don't know, 4 or 5. And this fuel pressure regulator wouldn't compensate enough, so it would run the fuel bowls dry in the carburetor. I'm really bad with the phone. My head follows and then the phone goes. Anyway, yeah, you can see that line for that's the PCV. It goes down, out, blows over here. I'll show you. Big canister fuel filter, because it's up here, because that's the only place I could find to really protect it. I guess I could have laid it on its side underneath, but hey, whatever. You got line in, line out, and then the fuel system. I did this a weird way because this is an AVS2, and I really like the way these are set up. So you got, this is the end line. It comes direct from the fuel pump up this line into the filter, does its cleaning and sparkling and shining and spitting, and it comes out here. And it goes up into the carb, and it passes through the top channel, goes over, and over here, comes out of the carb, goes down along this fuel line back behind the distributor, comes down here, and then we get into the regulator. Because this spinny bit, excuse the light, the spoolie boy, the Chinese cheecher, the troofer, the spinema too, I don't know. It likes to build up heat. So try to keep that carb a little cooler. I'm using the fuel as coolant. I might lose MPGs, but it already gets 7. What's the worst that could happen? 6? Anyway. Nice, that's it too. Saginaw power steering, blue top steering box, because big tires. I need as much oomph as possible. And the hydro boost. If you're gonna do, oh hello Mr. Moth. If you're gonna do the boost stuff, it's probably best to get a hydro boost instead of a vac boost, because imagine that, boost isn't vacuum, and you'll actually fight it if you do manage to get boost into the can. You'll have a much harder pedal with a much less braking efficiency. With the hydro boost, it don't matter so long as you have power steering fluid, which this one likes to leak sometimes. Anywho, that's the cooler for the power steering right down in there once I move my fat hand, which isn't really fat. I'm 140 pounds. And this is the big trans cooler for the C6 that's offing itself because it's not a fan of this much horsepower or something. I don't know. I guess it wasn't made for boost. Outside of that, just a typical F24 interstate pleb battery from Costco. This goes to the amplifier, and the I kind of ran the gauges off of that wire too because it's always hot and memory stuff. Oh, 1-wire alternator too. I did that because the old one was, and yeah, it was great. And come down here, that's the line for the puke tube for the wasted horsepower that gets down the motor. Why are you wet? I don't know. Anyway, so let's go underneath there and show you what we did down there, because that's where a lot of the confusing, exciting, stupid, that's where the fun begins. And we're gonna say hello to Mr. Spider again. Fun jump scares. Okay, so anywho, under here we got the standard, just stock Y pipes, stock manifolds, both sides, ain't nothing special. I know it's up there somewhere. Oh, it's over here. Nice. Just stock manifolds, stock Y pipe, still has the ball seat with the little, with their style connector. All we did there, we just put some pipe dope on it, stuck it together, waited a little bit, get off of me, bug, and tighten that down. It don't leak at 7 psi. Hopefully it'll hold 10, maybe 12, depending on how antsy I get with water meth. By the way, it's getting water meth. But yeah, stock Y pipe comes back over the trans or TK's cross member, whichever one you want to call it. We found a piece of scrap steel, just booger welded that up because it don't need to be pretty and it's aluminized steel, which sucks. Then up here, the Y pipe, we expanded this out to 2.5 on each sides, right in the middle. Just cut it, passenger side of the oil pan. This is a stainless steel tee from, I don't remember what website. If I looked, I could probably find it, but I have so many parts receipts. It's ridiculous. So obviously T, it's got whoop and then woo. So just put a woo piece in. This don't do nothing but serviceability. I didn't, if I got to take the oil pan back off or it blows the motor again or whatever, because this really helped me when I blew the first motor. I don't have to drop the entire turbo system, because this turbo is frame mount. It's not like mounted to the manifolds. It's got a bolt brace that's bolted to the frame where the turbo mount is welded to and the exhaust pipe goes up into, and it's what big stuff. We'll get up there eventually. But it goes out, goes north. Got a little flex pipe because of the motor rock and a frame mount, and don't want to break nothing, twist nothing, whatever you want. And obviously it's all heat tape wrapped. I don't know why some is white, some is black. I assume oil, but then again, I don't give a shit. So yeah, it is gonna get an electrical fan too once I get money, because broco boyo. Anywho, let's go look at the rest of the stuff. So there's the turbo, I guess, exhaust up pipe, and a little piece of license plate because it was sucking in hot engine air, and that's why I put that air box on. Anyway, wonder if that's gonna let water in. Either anywho, this is where the turbo mounts to. You can see the exhaust right up in there, and it just goes north, keeps going north, and then this right there is welded to a 45 plate. You can kind of see it down there where it just sort of comes straight up and then gets welded on a 45 plate, and then that 45 plate has the T3 mount welded at a 90 with it to it. I could dismantle this a little bit, but it works. I'm not going to take it apart. And then for the O2, or rather wideband sensor, you come down here under the alternator by the wires, and you see that zip tied bit. That's the wire for it. Where is the sensor? I can't see my phone, so I'm just gonna have to trust you. It's down there somewhere. Come on. Hey, there it is. That's just typical weld-on bung, typical O2 sensor for the glow shift widebands. This is the wire for it. Hey, wow, it's not rubbed through yet. Impressive. This goes north into the cab through a grommet hole I drilled. Wire management under here is complete garbage. I mean, just look at the spark plugs. Can you say spark jumping? Hola, soy. Anyway, this carb, I'm going to post the how-to again. It's already on the channel, but I'm going to post it at the end of this just in case somebody doesn't want to go digging. It'll be there. Outside of that, that's basically how you done did it. But one real big thing you got to do on these 351Ms, they run a stupidly hot spark plug. It's ridiculous amount of heat. It's like a NGK heat range 4. The hottest you can go is 1. The coldest you can go is 10. 1 to 10 scale heat ranges. These are 9s, and I think I have most of the issues sorted out, but the 4s, you couldn't get into any boost without hearing spark knock. If I can figure out how to splice a video, I'll put it here. Okay, if you saw that video, well then, cool, I figured it out. If you didn't, I don't understand YouTube. So, meh. Well, yeah, that's most of it, honestly. In my brain, it wasn't overly complicated, but, oh, hello, Mr. Light. That's hell down there. You see it? That's where the light comes from. Anyway. That's the basics, most of it. Once I get the money for an MSD box, it's probably gonna go right about there. I don't know. Now I'll get a different distributor, revamp the whole electrical so I can boost reference and spark retard and a whole 9 yards for it. And then upgrade fuel system so I can actually run 12 pounds of boost, because I only got 16 PSI fuel. So with Edelbrock base 6 PSI, most I can run is 10, but I like having that safe range. So, most I can run right now is like 5 to 7. I'm keeping it on the 5 right now just to... I don't want to blow the motor up again. I like having fun, don't get me wrong, but last time I had too much fun, it sucked $1,500 out of my pocket in several weeks and a lot of stress, and I almost went back to drinking. Not doing that again. Yeah, that's the just most of her. Does this thing have any oil in it? Hey, oil. How about this one? Hey, oil. Oh yeah, also I run 1540 diesel oil in it because turbo, and it thinks it's a diesel now. So, yeah. And spit on it. Call it dirty names. Smack it. There we go. No. Hey. Yeah, that's. Oh, I also that scoop the goop. If you go to my Instagram, you can watch the reel. So it's got a EGR pass through underneath that I was gonna plug off while it was off. Forgot because, yay. Anywho, I just that scoop the goop is 1/4 inch hole. Drill into it. Get some squeezy goop. That 750 high temp RTV. Stuff it in a hole. Squeeze it until either the package blows or you get tired of squeezing it. And then you just cap it with some 1000-degree exhaust putty goop stuff, and it's that little can of stuff. It's like 20 bucks. I don't know. It holds the PSI good enough, and this thing runs so much smoother when it's hot now. It used to just miss and jump, and you'd be going down the road and your foot would feel like this because it's a hard linkage. Now you're going down the road 65 when it's 90 out, and it still jumps a little, don't get me wrong, because it doesn't have quite enough timing in it to make any real power or run smooth, but it's so much smoother. I mean, you could feel like every other cylinder missing as I was going down the road. You could, it was bad. But yeah, that's basically the gist of her. So I've seen a bunch of other YouTube people do this, so I'm gonna do this. Actually, I got a question first before I do all the typical YouTube blah, 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 blah. Also, YouTube doesn't like cursing. If you go to my Instagram, you can see what my mouth is really like. Oh God, I shouldn't have said that. You know what? Full sends only. I really don't care. That's gonna be a real noise. Anyway, I am considering making stickers of just like my sayings and whatnot. If you'd be interested in them, just leave it down in the doobly-doos down there and where you write the words and stuff. I'll try to read them. Not too good at it. The reading part. That's why I build trucks. We look at pictures. We don't read the manuals. We break it and then we figure out how to fix it by looking at the pictures. Anywho, so the YouTube thing, that's what you ring a bell, you like it, and you do the subscribing stuff. That's the YouTube stuff, right? I don't know. I think there's like 7 other things. Donut has a Discord thing. I don't know how to do that. So if you find it, hit it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to YouTube. So I'm just gonna be straight up, which is I'm not internet guy. I'm an idiot who found Instagram and had a truck and just started being stupid with it, and other people were like, hey, 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 hey. So, yeah, that's how you do it. If you got more questions, let me know. I'm gonna try to start making more videos because I got another motor that I'm building for this. It's in the garage right now, and then there's gonna be a second YouTube channel because this thing is we got some plans for it. It's a 1982 40D. It's got the 4-speed. It's also got a stack on it because I paid $1,200 for the car, but it's got a stack on it. The keys broke, so I can't drive it. Also, the brakes are apart. Oh, sweet, the batteries are dead too. But it is a manual that you have to jerk off to get into reverse. Yeah, no, it's not just like a moderate, medium gate, hard gate. No, it's don't work. So you gotta. There's reverse. There you go. It's also got the Bluetooth seats and the magical AC and heat. And see, look. Now you're on air conditioning. But if you want heat, you got to take this button off. And bam. Wait, does the horn work? Nope, horn don't work. Key's busted. 2 pieces. Because I don't know. There's part of it. JB Weld. Nice. Anywho. Yeah. I guess that's my first YouTube video. So. Sweet. I guess. Bro, I honestly don't know. This YouTube stuff confuses me. So do the stuff. You know what to do. My brain hurts. Alright, I've been getting a lot of questions recently about how I blow through the carburetor, being Edelbrock, since everybody uses a Holly. So I gotta take this bottom apart anyway, put the hat on the 750 so I can do some full boost pulls. So take it apart, show you how I did it, okay? Stick around, it's probably gonna be stupid. Okay, so first thing I did, I got a boost reference fuel pressure regulator, because when boost goes up, you gotta increase fuel pressure so you don't just dry your bowls out. It's gotta supply fuel still. But the way I did it was, I don't remember the term, probably look it up, too lazy. But fuel comes up into the carb, through the carb, and then back down to the regulator, so it's always got a constant flow to help keep it a little cooler. Alright, we got the hat off. There's a couple major things you need to do. One, you need to pull out this baffle if it's an AVS2, and you need to pull your choke plate out. You can leave the rod in there. But yeah, then on the underside, you got to get these floats, some solid style. These are FL4 on Rock Auto. I'll put a link in there. You have to cut the OE brass floats apart, take their mount, and when you put them together, they have to be just the same length as the Edelbrock OEs. Top of that, you have to get a marine style seal for the accelerator pump, and you have to get the 110 Edelbrock needle and seats. I'll post links and part numbers to them on the video, like right here. So, mint, fucking do it.